mothers of the mothers.
Holy mother of all the mothers in the whole motherland. What up, YouTube family? It's April G. Showers and
DJ Jackson
in his house. Back at y'all with a reaction. We got Lupe Fiasco, Manilla, the lyrics video, of course. Do I have to say more? It's Lupe. Y'all should be used to that by now. This was requested by the homie, Kyle Klutz. Appreciate you, Kyle. Thank you so much. As always, I will provide the link in the description box if y'all want to check it out after our reaction. Alright, y'all. April G. Squad, fist bump. Love y'all. Let's get it.
Let's go.
4:54.
We are people who have historically been on the verge of extinction. We have been at many times under much stress since being brought into this country on many slave ships.
Reparations from segregation. Genius at Genesis, master system Segas. Punjabi mommy dissect invaders on Sepulveda.
Google. That was a fire way to start the song. The intro was dope, first off. I know all this. You don't have to Google this. Reparations from segregation. I get that.
Reparations from segregation.
Genius at Genesis, Master System, Segas. You get that.
Genius at Genesis, Master System, Segas.
Punjabi mommy dissecting Vedas on Sepulveda. Now that I don't get. What's Vedas and Sepulveda? And Punjabi. I've heard that word. No, I've heard Punjab. That's a character in
Vedas is Hindu scripture.
What?
Vedas is Hindu scripture.
Vedas is Hindu
Punjabi is
scripture.
Related to that, and
what does it say though?
It's a person from like the African area where I'm pretty sure Hinduism was founded. Don't quote me on that. And then I'll figure out whatever a Sepulveda is. Taberi.
Let me see.
Taberi.
Sepulveda is derived from the Spanish word sepultar, which means to bury.
Okay.
It's also a station on the Los Angeles Metro Orange Line.
I don't think that matters. What I'm getting from this is somebody taking apart scripture and analyzing what it means. Boom.
Dissecting Vedas on Sepulveda. Yeah. Dissecting the Hindu scripture on Sepulveda is a station on the Los Angeles Metro Orange Line.
That's a dumb thing to say. I'm just assuming it means someone taking apart scripture. I'm not trying to look in that deep. Because whenever you do that, you end up just getting worse.
And then the Sepulveda surname origin, meaning, and history comes from Sepultador de Vidas, one that buries life, meaning that its origins are in the grave digger profession. So dissecting the scripture on graves, maybe.
Maybe.
Punjabi mommy dissect invaders on Sepulveda. Anointed players who coin phrases.
Anointed players who coin phrases.
That's obvious.
That's metal paper.
That's obvious.
That's a nice bar though.
Dissect invaders on Sepulveda. Anointed players who coin phrases. That's metal paper. Level layers, several shades of gray. A submission for it. MILF metal paper.
Level layers, several shades of gray, submission for it. So there's many layers.
I mean, there's 50 Shades of Grey. That's like a thing. Like a show, I think.
Yeah, well, 50 Shades of Grey is a show you don't need to watch anytime soon. But
I don't know what it's about.
What it is, ho? What's up? That's what it's about. Can I play again in them guns?
I don't know why.
That's what 50 Shades
Those
of
kind of shows
Grey
is anything that girls are
is
obsessed
about.
with.
Well, you said you brought up 50 Shades of Grey.
Because it says Shades of Grey. That's a show. It's popular. I didn't know what it was.
And it's a book.
Well, most things are now. They're just book
That I've read.
adaptations.
Anyway. So, level layers.
I mean, it could just be like, there's like shades of gray, like, fading in from like white to black, going through like the different hues of it, like, layers of
But
that.
Here's the thing though, it
color
says
theory.
submission for it.
I have no clue.
I know what submission means, but Google definition of submission.
Everyone knows what submission means. It just
No,
means,
not everybody does know what that
either
means.
means like submit something to somebody or to someone.
Just read the formal definition.
The action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or to the will or authority of another person.
There you go. So,
Either that or like giving somebody like a test or something.
But you know that a lot of people see things in black or white with no gray.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the hue.
Black, white, and there's no gray. You're either wrong, right. You're either this, that.
Yeah, but there's multiple layers too, and you can't be thinking like that.
Yeah, and he's saying
people are submitting to the idea of just black and white when you shouldn't be doing that.
Well, he says several shades of gray, submission for it. So, is he saying he's putting in a submission that there are more than just black and white? Is that what he's saying? Or is he saying something different?
I took it as people are just submitting to the fact there's only black and white whenever there's not.
It could be either one.
Really?
It's Lupe. Or both.
On Sepulveda, anointed players who coin phrases that's metal paper. Level layers, several shades of gray, a submission for it. MILF lover under silk covers who kiss a whole.
MILF, I know what that is. Lover under silk covers who kiss her horses.
That sounds stupid. I'm just gonna be completely honest.
Why would you say it sounds stupid?
Because it's like, what does that even mean? Like, what? Maybe like silk cover like clothes on the horse or on her or him, I don't know.
What does that mean? Kiss her horses.
Maybe go to the next line, see if it like adds on to it. Maybe the next line adds on to
Hips. Bony part of the pelvis at the topmost part of the flank.
What are you looking up?
So MILF lover. So mom, I'd like to lover under silk covers who kiss her horses. Okay, now I get it.
Shades of gray, a submission for it. MILF lover under silk covers who kiss her horses. Pilates central to preserving the body.
Pilates central to preserving the body temple. You get that? Pilates is an exercise.
Pilates central to preserving the body temple. Jazz classics combating the fattest ass status. Quotient, my potion soaking like boats and oceans. Motion sickness, I overdid out my finesse pack.
You get all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Multi-decking new refreshment lessons from Jet Snacks. My mama wisdom, my competition is setbacks. Jet Snacks.
Ooh, I like that.
My
mama wisdom, my competition is setbacks. I like that.
Wisdom, my competition is setbacks. Jet lagging, very swagging, my Jordans dirty. AMG performance, my foreign don't show no mercy. Mere products, objects meaningless to the overstanders. Contemplating with industrialists and social planners. Manillas. Don't run us, 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 don't.
It sounds like he's saying don't warn us.
Ruin. I mean,
Google lyrics.
it's ruin. I don't know how you're getting warned, honestly.
Yeah, he said ruin.
Wait, whenever you said warn, now I'm hearing warn.
I know, it sounds like both.
It's one of those things. It might be one of those things where it could be both. Don't ruin us.
It's ruin. Okay.
It can be like both though. Like if you think warn,
It's one of those things. If you think it, you hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Manilla definition: a metal bracelet or armlet formerly used as a medium of exchange in West Africa, associated with the slave trade. Wow.
And I was over here thinking food.
And I was thinking of envelopes.
Yeah.
Which obviously I knew the song wasn't about food or envelopes, but you just never know with Lupe, you know? But he's saying Manillas don't ruin us. It also sounds like he's saying war, and I swear.
I know. It's whatever one you want to hear. It's weird.
It could work either way.
Life's work, overseeing the 5 classics. You can accomplish anything.
Google the 5 classics. God said life's work, overseeing the 5 classics.
The books of Confucianism. That's like a whole philosophy.
Confucius?
Yeah, like Confucius's teachings.
Let me see it. But I want to know what the 5 classics are.
They're books.
What were the 5 classics?
Books.
The 5 classics consist of the Book of Odes, Book of Documents, Book of Changes, Book of Rites, and the Spring and Autumn Annals. The 4 books are comprised of the Doctrine of the Mean, the Great Learning, Mencius, and the Analects. From the Han to the Early Song, the 5 classics grew into 13 classics. Traditionally, it was thought that Confucius himself had compiled or edited the text of the 5 classics.
Yeah, so they're just books.
Wow. Like I said, I want to know Lupe's IQ.
A lot. Either that or he just knows a lot of random stuff.
No, he's got a... Bruh.
Definitely both.
Life's work, overseeing the 5 classics. You can accomplish anything if you survive blackness. Woo! Sober living, kosher kitchen, and co-defendants. Soda sipping, the soca rhythms and global vision. Fear no verdict, but I feel allergic to local prisons. Woo! My new resurgence, a due returning to socialism. Youth to local prisons, my new resurgence.
My new resurgence, a due return into socialism. Bruh. And he said, you can accomplish anything if you survive blackness. It's sad that people judge people, don't hire people, whatever it may be, just solely based on skin color.
I think that is like just blackness is in like dark times, you know?
No, he's talking about race,
yeah,
bruh.
He has a lot of songs about it.
Manilla was
one of those.
part of the slave trade. He's talking about race.
I know he is, but you know, just off first listen.
You can accomplish anything if you survive blackness. Sober living, kosher kitchen, and co-defendants. Soda sipping, the soca rhythms and global vision. Fear no verdict, but I feel allergic to local prisons. My new resurgence, a due returning to socialism. Youth moves, pay dividends as an old man. Snake-headed Mayan got his body with gold hands. As an old man.
Snake-headed Mayan goddess body with gold hands. So basically, she has a goddess body with gold hands, but her head is a snake. She's really a demon.
Yeah.
She's really evil.
Turn into socialism. Youth moves, pay dividends as an old man. Snake-headed Mayan got his body with gold hands. Father sends his twins into the underworld. Though legendary, I weapon carry for same goals. My February's is necessary to save souls. Epilepsy, same goes.
My February's is necessary to save souls? What does that mean?
I have no clue.
My February's?
That's a month. I have no clue.
Look up definition of February.
The second month of the year.
Look up, let me see it. The meaning behind February is to cleanse. February comes from the Latin word februa, which means to cleanse.
So cleansing is necessary to save souls.
The month was named after the Roman Februalia, which was a month-long festival of purification and atonement that took place this time of year.
So you need to cleanse to save your soul. Makes sense.
Wow. See what I mean? How smart he is?
I just thought it was a month.
Bruh.
world, though legendary, I weapon carry for same goals. My February's is necessary to save souls. Epilepsy diamonds flicker foolish on the
Epilepsy diamonds flicker foolish on the cuff wrist. Shaking, shimmering, shaking diamonds. Epilepsy is a seizure disorder.
I know. I'm thinking it's like, shiny diamonds, they make people assume, that's what I want. They make the foolish people, they get fooled into thinking, they gotta get diamonds, they gotta get rich. When in reality, you don't have to be rich to have a happy life.
And on the cuff wrist.
Because it's on your wrist.
Well, Manilla
Slavery,
was a cuff that they used to use in slave trade.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And also, being handcuffed and stuff like that,
Handcuffs, yeah.
Yeah. All that.
It's like
stuff.
It's like the materialistic things that people seek after are mentally enslaving them, and they don't even realize it. I think that's what he's saying.
I think that's what he's saying with the whole song, honestly. I mean, even with that earlier top part where you said, the mind goddess, you said, looks good, snakehead. Gold, that's rich, but then you look up a little, snakehead. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, because people lust after
all that.
That, and,
Pretty much saying drugs,
money, sex, cars, clothes, women,
all that
men.
It's just enslaving you.
And that's not what you should be seeking after. And
you need to look after
your body is a temple.
Yourself.
Yeah.
He's mentioning different ideologies like Confucianism, like Hinduism, I think a couple others throughout here, pretty much just cleanse yourself. Don't be fooled into this.
Yeah.
Don't become a slave to the world.
Yeah. And by falling for all this materialistic shit, you're being mentally enslaved, and you're not even aware of it.
Exactly. Even if we're wrong about that being the point of the song, it's definitely still a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Is necessary to save souls. Epilepsy diamonds flicker foolish on the cuff wrist. Do my duty to be useless to the fuck shit. Manufacture finished goods to service local needs. Dashboards like it.
Manufacture finished goods to service local, help others.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of focusing on yourself and being selfish and buying 50 cars you don't need, all this stupid jewelry you don't need, all this stuff you don't need, use your resources to help others.
Yeah, but it's never gonna happen though, barely.
Cuff wrist, do my duty to be useless to the fuck shit. Manufacture finished goods to service local needs. Dashboards lack the means to show my total speeds. Fast forward floors forge orchids to go means to show.
Dashboards lack the means to show my total speeds. He's saying none of that shit means nothing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bruh. Salute to Lupe Fiasco. That's why he got so many awards on my awards videos.
Manufacture finished goods to service local needs. Dashboards lack the means to show my total speeds. Fast forward floors forge orchids to go, man.
Fast forward floors forge orchids to golden me.
I'm thinking that is like skip past parts in your life, go past development, just force your way into being rich, right? Like, an orchid, it's like a farm, an apple tree farm sometimes, oranges, fruit trees, and, just...
No, ain't that an orchard?
Orchid?
Ain't an orchid...
Oh, I think I just misread that. Wait, what's an orchid?
Ain't an orchid a flower?
Yeah, it's a plant. Oh, I thought that said orchard, my bad.
It's not orchard.
I said orchard.
So forge flowers pretty much to golden me. Fast forward floors. So I moved past the bottom. The floor is on the bottom, right?
Okay, I see what he's saying now.
And forge orchids from the bottom, from the ground, flowers grow, right? Forge orchids to golden me to be the best me.
I took that in like a completely terrible way, or not a terrible way, but like a way that makes it sound a lot more bad. So like an orchid is like a like, a bright, colorful, fragrant plant, like
it's
a
a
flower.
flower.
Exactly. I took that as like, fake being happy, fake being nice, fake being kind in order to make myself look better. Because, forging.
Forge, yeah, because forge means you're
faking, pretty much. To golden me to make myself look better.
But see, I took it as a positive.
And I took it as a negative. So.
I took it as he's fast, like he's looking past the ground, the floor, the bottom, right? And forging flowers, something beautiful, for me to be the best me. That's what I took.
It could be really either, honestly.
That's how I took it.
I took it as
because he just got through saying manufacture finished goods to service local needs. Dashboards lack the means to show my total speeds. Fast forward. And then he says that. So I think that's what he means.
Yeah, and then but at the same time earlier he's talking about, golden body goddess, snake head.
Yeah, but now he's talking about himself and how you're supposed to help others and be the best you.
Really, it could be either, though.
Maybe.
Let's just be honest.
Maybe. Y'all tell us in the comments.
I see how yours is right, but I also don't see how mine's wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Exactly.
I'm just saying how I see it.
I feel like as long as you're getting a good message or at least learning something from the song, it doesn't matter how you take it.
Floors forge orchids to go, man. Construct the future with dirt.
Construct a future. See, he's talking about how he's building himself and try to do better with himself in his life in this verse. I feel like. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Long tenures, I'm returning home to 30 cars.
But see, now he says long tenures, I'm returning home to 30 cars.
The future with 30 bars. Long tenures, I'm returning home to 30 cars. Jasmine necklace from a poor woman, no Hindu streets. I gave her rupees, she gave me beauty at Temple Creek. Manilla. Don't run us, don't run us, don't run us, don't run us, don't creek. Woman, no
Jasmine necklace from a poor woman on Hindu streets. I get that.
Hindu streets.
I gave her rupees. I know what that is. That's a form of money. She gave me beauty. I temple creep. Your body is a temple.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that. What it is, ho? What's up? Can I play again in them guts? Cut you up like you ain't big cut. That's what he's talking about.
She gave me.
He hates it when I do that.
You do it every time.
But look, I only do it when a rapper speaks of that topic.
I know.
So if a rapper speaks on that topic, that has become my signature thing that I do, and I'm gonna continue to do so because that song is a banger and it's funny.
That's fine. Just I've heard it a lot now.
Well,
because it seems like most of the things that they suggest from Lupe end up talking about it eventually.
Not all the time, no.
A lot of them have, though. I mean, like this one earlier in the song,
Yeah, the MILF thing.
Yeah.
Beauty at Temple Creek, Manilla. Don't run us, 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 don't run us. Roman logic, Greek prophets, and ab tutors. Be more youngins, they 12 o'clock in the jump.
Roman logic, Greek prophets, and ad tutors.
Logic, Greek prophets, and ab tutors. Be more young.
Be more youngins, they 12 o'clock and then jump the scooters. Be more youngins, they 12 o'clock, so 12 o'clock, both hands are up, right? So they're up, standing up, and then jump the scooters.
They 12 o'clock and then jumping scooters.
12 also means the police, so...
Be more youngins, they 12 o'clock and then jumping scooters. Through entertainment, I end the training to run the future. Ain't time check off my checkouts, too much for your computers. Training to run the future. Ain't time check off my checkouts, too much for your computers. Chakra wave, singing bowl, stirring, I'm Dalai Lama. Creation step in my mental selection, Bobby Condas. Stirring, I'm Dalai Lama. Creation step.
Google Bobby Condors.
Musical artist.
An incredibly respected figure of New York's dance music underground since the mid-80s, Brooklyn's Bobby Condors has been at the forefront of multiple movements, infamous parties, and radio programs that have kept house music alive and kicking. Okay.
Chakra waves, singing bowls, stirring, I'm Dalai Lama. Creation, step in my mental selection, Bobby Condas. Nightmare, women, dream girls, embodied monsters. Don't confuse my temptation battles for body mantras. Souls, embodied monsters. Don't confuse my temptation battles for body.
Let me just...
I mean, I know what a mantra is.
I know what a mantra is, but I think they got that word wrong in the lyrics.
It means, don't confuse my battles that I'm fighting against myself for me being crazy. So don't confuse me, working on myself for me being crazy. Because body means crazy.
Baddie. I say baddie.
He just said body.
I know, he says bati. He said bati mantras.
It's British. It's a British word. So don't confuse my temptation battles for crazy mantras.
Oh, yeah. Words. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. He just uses strange words.
Yeah, don't confuse like my temptations that I battle with
for me being crazy.
For crazy shit I might say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dream girls, embodied monsters. Don't confuse my temptation battles for body mantras. Soul pilot to my reputation is body temptation battles for body mantras.
Soul pilot to my reputation is bodies. What?
In Buddhism, a person who is able to reach nirvana, but delays doing so out of compassion in order to save suffering beings. So someone who can, be in an eternal state of bliss, but instead of, thinking of themselves and doing that, they don't care and go to help others.
Oh, okay.
So someone who chooses to go through suffering to help others.
Is in Mahayana Buddhism. A person who is able to reach nirvana but delays doing so out of compassion in order to save suffering beings.
So someone who puts himself through suffering just to help other people or something.
That's dope. See, how does he know all these words, bruh? I think he just sits at home and reads the dictionary.
Probably.
Embodied monsters. Don't confuse my temptation battles for body mantras. Soul pilot to.
And I have a pretty good vocabulary, but damn.
Don't confuse my temptation battles for body mantras. Soul pilot to my reputation is body topper. Work the body chalice, all Venus in this top.
Work the body chalice, Salvinus, and this topless opera. So I know what a chalice is.
Venus is a planet, and also it's like a
goddess.
I'm pretty sure it's the
goddess.
Forgot what it's the goddess of. Love and beauty.
Yeah, goddess of love, beauty, desire, sex, fertility, prosperity, and victory.
And then right after topless operas.
Work the body, chalice, Salvinus, and this topless opera. Okay.
My reputation is body topper. Work the body chalice, all Venus in this topless opera. Lost the combination, need security to come and pop a locker. Still no drinking, just bought this champagne here to watch this vodka. Pump band merchandise, patches on leather coats. Tell you tales of illegal sales by fetid boats. Swallows on leather coats.
Tell you tales of illegal sales by fetid boats. Now, I learned that, we heard of that one song that had the word federer in it. Federer. And I was thinking it meant like a cop or maybe somebody in authority, because it had fed in it, federer.
Mm.
I think somebody told me it was a slave owner or something. So slave ships.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you tales of illegal sales by fetid boats, slave ships, human trafficking of the slaves.
Watch this vodka, pump band merchandise, patches on leather coats. Tell you tales of illegal sales by fetid boats. Swallowed by waves to hollow graves, they'll never float. Sunken ships carry slave tokens to western coast. Manilla. Don't run us, 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 don't run us.
Copper alloy bracelets forms were recognized and used for currency end of 15th century to the mid 20th century. Their metal content varied from copper to brass. Most Manilla were manufactured in England or France, and like trade beads, were used for trades with Africa. The local chiefs on the slave coast of West Africa traded their human cargo for many different commodities, and Manilla was one of them. This Manilla was manufactured in Birmingham between 1830 and 1850, was being shipped to Africa to be bartered for one slave each Manilla. These slaves were then packed into holds of ships and taken to the West Indies and the Americas to be sold for vast profits if they did not die from the journey. The Dura was one of the slave ships with trade goods on her way to Africa to pick up her human cargo when she hit a rock and sank in 1840.
Wow.
Okay, then. Well, he just kind of
hell of a way to just
end
the song.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of abrupt. That was a good song, though, I'll be honest. It got me thinking, you know? I think everything he said was really impactful. I liked it.
I have so much respect for Lupe because he is always trying to empower people, educate people, encourage people, help people, and so on and so forth. What was that word? Where you don't do the Nirvana thing because you have compassion to help others?
It was Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva. That. He's the personification of that word.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect example. The epitome. That would be the better word. The epitome of that word. Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva. Lupe is the epitome of
Bodhisattva.
No, it's got that over the Bodhisattva.
Yeah, it's hard.
He's the epitome of Bodhisattva.
Yes, very much.
And he does not get the flowers and respect he so very deserves. He don't. I'm not even going to say in my opinion. He don't. Because if he did, I would have been listening to Lupe's music since before he was born. As much of a hip-hop head as I am? Are you kidding me? And I never listened to Lupe's music till I started reacting? Till I was 40? And he's my age? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And you know, the music industry did him so effing dirty. So wrong. There's a song by him called, I think it's called Superstar. I think. I've never heard the song. I heard like a little 10-second clip of it at the end of one of my reactions that I did, because they played like 2 or 3 5 or 10-second clips of that song and 2 other songs that I'd already heard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw, it was actually on TikTok, I saw there was this artist, a rapper, that was talking about Lupe in a very high regard. I forget who the artist was. He was in an interview, and he was talking about the song Superstar. And he said it's funny because a lot of people think that song is about being a celebrity, but that ain't really what it is. And he's like really dissing the music industry, the whole first verse or second verse, one of the verses. And then he starts spitting a couple of the bars out of that song. And I'm like, damn, I want to hear that. That's what we need to, sometime we got to do that one. Mm-hmm. We still haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
So, but the industry did him so dirty. And they do many and most artists dirty.
I know. It's honestly sad.
And it's very sad. And it's sad what people will do for money. And Lupe refused, you know. I don't think you heard his song Dumb It Down.
I might have.
But that's a perfect example. That song's fire. But anyway, this song, we could talk forever about it. This song was phenomenal. Brilliant, educational, motivational. But at the same time, it's sad. And any time I hear songs where they talk about slave ships and the slave trade and all the terrible things that happened to people of color, it makes me feel like I just want to dig a hole and go crawl inside of it because I feel so ashamed by it.
Well, I mean, it's in the past, so it's not like
But it still goes on today, bruh.
Yeah, obviously, but I feel like despite how bad it is now, it is at least reassuring to know that it's gotten to a less degree of it.
We really don't know if it's gotten to a less degree, honestly.
At least it's not public now, which, I mean, it's still not good it goes on, because it definitely goes on in some places.
It still goes on, and racism is still very real, so...
it's always gonna be real.
Yeah, I don't think racism, unfortunately, will never become non-existent, because there will always be ignorant people out there. But it just makes me ashamed, you know? And
really, as long as you're not part of the problem, there's nothing you can do.
I understand that. I haven't personally done anything. I've always despised racism, cut ties with many family members over racism, but I just hate racism. I hate all forms of prejudice. I don't care what form it is. I hate it. Whether it's misogyny, misandry, whatever it may be, I hate it. But yeah, y'all, I love this song. I think it's phenomenal. Another brilliant piece by Mr. Lupe Fiasco. My number one top tier lyricist GOAT, tied with Eminem. And Eminem will never be bumped down to number 2 just because Eminem plays such a huge role in helping me make the decision to go to rehab and get clean, which saved my life. So, you know, that's kind of hard to replace. You know what I'm saying? So, it will forever be a tie. Lupe, Eminem number 1. Then Tupac.
Yeah.
Tech Nine's number 3. Then Key Crooked number 4. Then Kendrick Lamar and NF number 5. My top 5 consists of 7 people. Yes, I know. Whatever. We're all different. So yeah, we both loved it. Y'all comment below y'all's thoughts. What do y'all think of this song? What did y'all think of the lyrics? What did y'all think of our reaction, our thoughts? Educate us on anything we need to be educated on, please. We're always wanting to be educated on whatever it is we need to be educated on. Always. Be real, be respectful, please, but be real. Again, thank you so much, Kyle Klutz, for requesting this. Appreciate you. The link is in the description box if y'all want to go check it out. Please like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. And please subscribe to my channel, y'all. Alright, y'all. April G. Score. Fist bump. Love y'all. And we will see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out.
Peace out.